Welcome back to Unfiltered Insurance and Adjuster Talk. I want to talk to you today about State Farm. Is State Farm being Bateman to some adjusting firms? That is the word on the street. Hey, I'm Conticia and welcome to Beyond the Claim. Now, I'm going to hop right in and I'm going to say to you all that I actually first want to let you know I've already done this video before. But what happened was my volume went out. My little speaker I have here, it went out. I did not charge it, so I had to redo this video, which is so funny to me. But it's all good because my editor is like, look, we don't have any more sound. Your sound went out. So I had to re-record this. But the word on the street is that State Farm has cut ties with some of these adjusting firms. Now, I must tell you, normally when I'm at work with State Farm as a desk adjuster, I'm normally at work right now, but they have not been hiring us lately. I normally work through EA Renfro, in which EA Renfro has not really been bringing back on any desk adjusters. Now, I must say, within the last week, I got two notifications, two of them from State Farm asking for field adjusters. One was out in Colorado, and I think it was paying $37.50 an hour, which I was like, that's not, to me, that's really not enough, especially for a field adjuster when you got to pay for a hotel, you got to pay for your food, your gas, you got to get there. To me, that's not enough for that. Unless you live in Colorado, that will pretty much make sense for you. Now, if you're outside of Colorado, maybe if you're going to be rooming with someone, you guys are going to be sharing the cost of things, that may work, especially if you're unemployed right now. But normally, that's not a rate that field adjusters will get. Now, I did get another text message from them that they were looking for field adjuster, and it was like various states, and that was going to also be with State Farm, but that one there did not have a price on it. So I was wondering to myself, did they leave the payout because of adding that pay of $37.50 an hour for a field adjuster? Maybe they didn't get that much luck, and I can understand why. But anyways, back to my topic here. So I heard that State Farm has cut ties with some adjusting firms. And it was interesting because I normally work with EA Renfro, and I know I had gotten an email from Austin Renfro, which is the new owner. His father or whoever retired and he took over. So he sent an email saying, about the different rumors that was going on, and he wanted us to know that their partnership with State Farm is tighter than ever. They still have their contract with State Farm, and they have great relationships with State Farm. And I was saying to myself, look, I'm not really interested in the relationship that you have with State Farm. I'm interested in relationships that you have built outside of State Farm. Because lately, State Farm hasn't been giving you any work for your very well-trained desk adjusters that you have invested money into, that you have also invested training into. We have been unemployed. There's a number of us unemployed, managers, desk adjusters like myself. We are some very skilled desk adjusters. We know this stuff by the back of our hands. And I tell you what, we have skills, but lately we have been out of work. And so when I received that letter and reading it, and I was saying to myself, Austin, I understand you have a relationship with State Farm. Who else do you have a relationship with? Because you're very good desk adjusters that are looking for work. I had to go outside and get work, but we were looking for work and you had no work for us because it seemed like majority of your eggs is in State Farm basket. I do make an appeal to Renfro, Austin. You want to cast your net further to me, unless you have opened up another basket, which is your AI program that you have. That I do understand that you're beta testing with partners, maybe State Farm. That you have your AI system that is pretty much doing claims, and you pretty much say it's not biased. And you take the human error out the way. So maybe you don't need really us at the desk anymore. You're probably just looking for field adjusters. If that is the case, EA Renfro, please let us know, because I do know you have that AI program that you have come up with. I think it's called Claim Sentinel, that you have, and that you're already beta testing it with some partners. And so that was my take on that. And I'm saying to myself, no, I don't care about what you have, your partnership with State Farm, because State Farm has not had me employed. State Farm, I have had to go look outside for work. And I'm telling you, those are some rough periods when we can't find work. And we have these skills that we have. But anyways, let me just go back to straight my topic, because don't let me get started on the skills that us adjusters have, especially those that was trained by EA Renfro. We are some skilled adjusters. And for EA Renfro to lose us because they just have all their eggs in one basket, majority of their eggs in one basket at State Farm, that is a no-no. You want to keep us because we're valuable. We're valuable. And I'm going to tell you something. AI can't do the majority of things that we can do. We are humans. We have that human touch. And at the end of the day, with those claims, people want to speak with the human. But anyways, again, back to my topics. I done got off topic talking about adjusters. You know, I'm a little pissed off about that being out of work. Anyways, so the word is that State Farm decided that they weren't going to no longer use all the adjusting firms they normally use. Like with me, normally when I'm on deployment with them, usually Crawford is there, Alacrity is there, Best RS is there, Pilot is there, QA Claims are there. Who else is normally there? There's like a number of us are there, and normally we're competing against each other because we want to stay the longest because we're trying to make our money, and and we know what the numbers are. We know how we're looking, where we stand. And, you know, they're saying, hey, you guys, we got to pump it up because Crawford's on our tail or Alacrity's on our tail. And so just trying to really figure out, you know, what was going on. But anyways, another thing that just popped in my head, too, is that I researched that Alacrity bought out QA Claims. But that'll be another episode about Alacrity. But anyways, so I got the word that State Farm no longer have all those partnerships anymore. Who made the cut and who's out? So let me tell you who made the cut. EA Renfro made the cut. Pilot made the cut. And for what I understand, QA Claims made the cut. Now, I could have sworn I researched and saw where Alacrity bought out QA Claims, but that's going to be for another episode. I'm going to check in on that. But right now, who's in? It's Pilot, QA Claims, and EA Renfro. Those are the three farms that are left with State Farm. Now, Alacrity's out, Crawford's out, Best RS is out. Those are firms that are normally there with us when we're there as well. And I was wondering to myself, and I said, I wonder if those firms did not give in to State Farm. Because the last time I was there, the company I worked with, EA Renfro, was going through a contract renegotiation with State Farm, and then they negotiated their contract, and then they came to us and told us that we're gonna have to take a pay cut. And I'm like, no, no, no. So I am wondering, did they stand up to State Farm and say, no, this is not good for our adjusters? Like, say, for instance, when EA Renfro put out that text that they have field adjuster jobs in Colorado for $37.50 an hour, that's not normally how field adjusters work. Field adjusters normally work on component, but now this says $37.50 per hour. I'm like, I really can't see you getting too many hits on that unless they live in Colorado. I can see that. But those are the type of things that get me wondering, like, did they stand up to State Farm and said, no, you know what, we've cast our net bigger. We have other companies. We're with Allstate. We're with USAA. We're with Assurant. We got this. We got that. And those are the things that's what I'm talking about, is that standing up. And that's one of the things I wish that EA Renfro did for us, the skilled adjusters that they do have, and not come back to us and tell us that we was going to have to take a pay cut, because they could not really negotiate their contract to give us a pay increase. And I'm gonna tell you something. This was going on when inflation was at its highest at that point. You came to us and told us we're gonna have a pay cut with the way that inflation was. I didn't like that. But anyways, so this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, well, is State Farm being Bateman with some adjusting firms? Yes, they are. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. They're being Bateman along with EA Renfro because they have not called any of us desk adjusters back. And it seems like the work that they do have for field adjusters, the pay is not all that. Y'all let me know what you think. Y'all let me know what your thoughts are. You are adjusters. Let me know, have you found any work? Are you working any desk adjusting with different firms? What firms you're working with, or even what insurance company you're working for through those firms? Let us know. We want to know because we do want to spread the word and let other desk adjusters know who's out of work and who's looking for work. All right. So that's what I have for you all today. That's my little bit of tea that I have, you know. That's my tea I have at this point. I don't know what's going on with our industry. Our industry is taking a sharp turn, and we got to get ourselves prepared for this turn, or we're going to be left behind. Again, this is Conticia. This is Unfiltered Insurance and Adjuster Talk, and I will see you on the next episode. Oh, wait, like and share my video. Please make a comment, subscribe, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep coming back, and I'm going to keep coming back. And it's as when I hear the tea and I get the juice of whatever's going on in this insurance world and adjusting world, I'm bringing it to you. Also, I do have some new episodes that are coming up that's going to be called Homeowner Edition. We're going to start talking about our homes and the different things that we can do and the newer products that are out there that will protect our homes as we're doing our home upgrades. All right, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, so this time, bye for now.